Hey there, welcome back. This is Alex. I am back. Thank you for sticking around and thank you for all subscribers that came through. We're going to take a look at some interesting stuff today with Runway Aleph. It's been around by a couple of months. Aleph. Aleph or something like that. I'm going to call it Aleph, I guess. But it's an interesting one. So we're going to talk about a little bit about creativity with the talking or the Act-Two. We used to before in other videos, but show you how to create a talking character in your e-learning course, for example, or any other project you're working with. Then the second part of this is the Aleph part, which we're going to add, edit the video and add effects using the Aleph model, which should be interesting. All right, if you're ready, let's go and do this. All right, so what are we doing here? Here is the interesting part, right? Right now you're set at 66%. This is actually already the rendering process of it. Right now, if you notice, I'm using the Act-Two model. So the Act-Two model in Runway, I covered it before, but now we're getting into details. And then we'll talk a little bit about a depth. The Act-Two model is pretty cool because the Act-Two model is how you create the talking characters. So similar to what Hydra does that I showed before, and you can check the links in the description for any of the other tools that we covered here before. Obviously, go in the channel and check it out. But this is the interesting part of where we are with AI today, right? Where now talking characters, consistent characters is not hard to do. It's actually pretty easy. You can use it with many tools. The approaches and the workflows are different. I like Runway because Runway allows you to include the performance video. So what you see on top of here is the performance video. That's just me recorded making movements, and that's what you see up here. Now, with that same workflow, you're able to then change the voice, right? So I did all the talking, all the mouth, the lip syncing, if you would. I just talk regularly.
What do you think? Let's do it.
So you notice there that I was able to now throw another voice on my performance video. So let's start from the beginning.
Hey, what's up? So great to see you. I am Cindy, and I am a barista.
See how that works? So it's grabbing the voice, lining it to the sync on the video, the movements, the hand movements, and now the idea is apply it to this image below. And this image is actually a model, an e-learning model or character from Storyline 360. I have Storyline 360 open somewhere around here. Let me see. Yep, because I use a Mac, I use Parallels. Check the links in the description. With Parallels, you can actually use Windows type software inside of your Mac. And it's a separate set of resources, so kind of cool. But yeah, this is a character, again, from Storyline. And if you go here and you try to do a replace, for example, you can see there are many characters. So the idea that if this works for me, then the idea is you can create your projects and think of including voices and talking sequences to a lot of these characters. Because in the past, e-learning was always very static. In the past, actually, I had to use other software, but it wasn't as good either, like Crazy Talk or even do After Effects changes. That took a long time. The same if you try to do rotoscoping and stuff like that. And I imagine now with the inclusion of AI, the Adobe Creative Suite apps may make this easier, I guess. I haven't played with Adobe Creative for a minute because all these apps really are taking quite a time. All right, so we have something here. And this is what I was a little suspicious of. You have to be completely aware of is the quality of the image is going to be super important. So for example, in this case, this image is likely, I'd like to think that they are pixel images. You can see here how they break down, but let's see what happens. Hey, what's up? So great to see you. Okay, cool. I am Cindy, and I am a barista. I'm very proud of what I do, and I think you can also make a beautiful coffee. Cool. All right, so all right, there's something here to work with. Not exactly what I was aiming for, but here's the thing. I can see what's happening here. And actually, in this type of setups here now, for example, for this one, I was able to change the voice, right? So in this case, I like to understand too, then the application of that as how we play. So on the voice, in the actions, we can go here and go for different things. So for example, here is change the voice. So the controls are here, folks. Also, recommendations when you work with this type of apps, especially with Runway and any of the other apps, because they have tokens and their credits and they take your money. They, it accumulates, right? So right now, I started with 1,300 some credits. It's now 1,100 and something. So you'll do the stuff on low quality first, and then you do the upscale. So it it improves the quality of the thing. But you don't want it to do full quality because it will take more credits. And then if you don't like the output, then you're wasting that time. So let's do the change voice real quick here, see what happens. Be groovy with it. But we're going to go ahead and generate the voice on it. There we go. All right, so we got the voice generation happening. In the meantime, so this will take a few minutes. In the meantime, we're going to go and check out the Aleph model. Aleph. So, I mean, if you think about it, it's like After Effects with prompts that you can actually work. You can actually work After Effects with prompts here, where you can add a video and then add stuff to it. So let's see how this works exactly. I'm going to select an asset and catch on fire and the room turns blue. Just gonna throw in here stuff and see what happens. So that'll give us 5 seconds of that. Hands catch on fire and the room turns blue. We'll see what happens there. And then we got something working here. Say the voice has been incorporated into Lisa. We're back on Lisa here. So let's see what happens.
Hey, what's up? So great to see you. I am Cindy and I'm a barista. I'm very proud of what I do, and I think you can also make a beautiful coffee. What do you think? Let's do it. I think it's amazing. The things you want to do, I can't believe it. I mean, where you can always go around.
All right, so that was pretty cool. I think it's something to play with, experiment that can work. So now we got this here. The idea then is you upscale it to 4K and then you download it and you get it to use. You use it however you want. You can download it as a GIF or an MP4. So I'm going to do the algorithm real quick here to do the upscale on it. And then we're going to go back to our Aleph tryout here, see what happens, how it works. Okay, so here's the transformation that we did with Aleph. Hey, what's up? So great to see you. Hey, what's up? So great to see you. Well, that's pretty cool. That's something that can be worked on. And I mean, this is just took a prompt. It takes a while for someone that knows how to do this to apply these effects. So, pretty interesting. All right. So, talking barista, almost there. And we got our fiery edits with the left. Now, if I pick another, let's say, sequence, what does this do? It? Oh, you can cut it. You can bring it in. Good. So we do have the different setups here. That's cool. I'm a barista. Yeah. There you go. So now when this hand comes up like that, you could be like, okay, here, we'll create a fireball. So it's all the different possibilities of it. So I like the Aleph model for that perspective. We'll see some samples on it and what it does. And here's our 4K version of
Hey, what's up? So great to see you.
Cool. All right. So we took this down. I'm going to take it down here. I got two of them, 4K and the regular one. And now we're going to go over to Storyline real quick and see if we can work this out. Like, to exactly duplicate that, change that up, enter this in. It won't be as easy as using the video. I'll tell you exactly why. I already know why. Because we have to probably deal with the fact that an MP4 is going to have, we need to do an alpha removal on that. In other words, remove the background on it. So let's see, this is a 4K. Comes in as a video. And there she is. All right, there it is. So, I mean, assume we were, if we were going to get away with it, we could do something like this. That's our next thing. And then we go next. And there's our video.
Hey, what's up? So great to see you. I am Cindy, and I'm a barista. I'm very proud of what I do.
Cool. So it could work. I need to see my rules here. That's why we didn't see it. There we go. So there's that. So obviously there'll be the the removal that you have to do. Ideally, what you will do is composite it, right? So I mean, even in this case, I would just possibly just use Aleph and then from using Aleph, being able to edit it. So if we're here and we're working with this, right? We can grab this frame.
Hey, what's up? So great to see you. I am Cindy, and I'm a barista. I'm very proud of what I do, and I think you can also make a beautiful coffee. What do you think? Let's do it. I think is amazing. The things you want to do, I can't believe it. I mean, where you can always go around.
All right, my friends. So there it is, right? We saw the Aleph effects and also how we can use Act-Two to now create characters that you can use in different projects. The character, the Act-Two model is pretty good. However, the workflow there has to be sort of worked out, right? So if you notice, first the image, then you also got to be very careful with selection of the image you're working with. I highly recommend that you actually create the character within a Runway or another app because it'll have better quality. But again, the challenge here was grabbing a character from a learning tool and activated it with lifelike behaviors. So I definitely love the hand movements and all of that. And I think it's something that could be leveraged with a good design, right? That you can work in. Now, I'm going to leave you with the last sample, which was actually using Aleph with this black and white video because
Hey, what's up? So great to see you.
the black video. Because the problem with this video also to bring up to you is you got to be careful what characters you select. In this case, I made a mistake because, again, I forgot that the MP4 output is going to give you that black background. So if the character has a black shirt, then the background removal is going to be really tricky. And that's why this becomes an issue. But as you notice, the way I mitigated that is basically to round the corners. I put it in Camtasia with the background and then round the corners around the character. Made it look like sort of like a little window that opened up there. And so that serves that problem. All right, aside from that, if you want to try it in Video AI, if you want to try any of the other apps, check the links in the descriptions. It gets you there and it gets you with great deals. I'll be back, hopefully here by next week. And again, big thanks to everyone. Thank you for subscribing and hopefully this helps you.